Did you know, for example, 50% of people say they feel they're not living life to the full? Come on, how can you say that? You're sitting on your own, watching E4 in your pants, eating a yoghurt. It's pretty full on. Tinder has 10 million active daily users. Oh, yeah, it's got users, all right. You could have called me, Carlos. You could have called. And 64% of teenagers think they have it harder than their parents. Well, I'd like to say to those teenagers, they're wrong. No one has ever had it harder than your mum. Right, let's get started. Ashling's team, who do you think are the most popular people in Britain?
J.K. Rowling.
She's become incredibly successful, a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Do you love her?
Oh, I love her. Have you read all the Harry Potter books?
No, I'm 32, but... I've read a lot of her work on Twitter, which I think is genius, because she is... Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry,
no, the books are stupid. They're childish. It's silly.
I mean, she is a woman who basically has become a billionaire by taking children's pocket money. She's a genius in my book.
Did you see recently, speaking of Twitter, she's had this big Twitter spat with Joanna Trollope, which is actually really hard when someone's called a trollop already to work out what to call them. But, I love the idea of authors having feuds that she's driving by Joanna Trollope's house in her Beamer going, "What's up, Joanna Trollope? Bitches riding witches and
Why is she wasting her time arguing with people on Twitter when she's a billionaire? Boy, if I was a billionaire, I'd go in Argos and buy one of everything.
I mean, that's literally everything we need to know about you. Rich, have you read these books? Have you read the Harry Potters?
I haven't. You know what I do? I think, she's made it OK for a whole generation of children to read again, which I genuinely think is a real shame. Because when I was growing up, you were allowed to just watch television. Kids these days have to read. My daughter read all the Harry Potter books. I had to read some of them. It's fine. But I say to my son, "Oh, so when you read this thing, it's good. It's got wizards and there's lots of deaths and stuff like that." And he honestly goes, "You know there are video games, right? Why on earth would you be reading a book when there's a video game?"
It's quite a positive message there for
the
future of Brendan.
You can't help the truth. Computer games are better than books, and so are films. Because you don't have to do the thinking, it's there. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know what? I think Steven Spielberg's got a better idea of what I want to watch than what I do.
I've got a pretty good idea of what you want to watch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you flirting with me?
No,
So, David, you've read the books, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're quite complicated. I will say that about them. It's just generally, I feel I grew up in a more simple time when a wizard had a pointy hat, was a man, a woman that was a wizard, was a witch, and had a cow, or a cat.
Cow?
Sorry, yeah.
Yes, they're quite complicated.
You were thinking...
They're quite complicated. David wasn't able to remember all the facts.
I love all the Harry Potter books. The only thing is, Hogwarts is not a great school. Every year they have a rather large amount of accidents involving children. At least one of the staff members get murdered. Ofsted should be stepping in. What is going on here? There's a snake in the sewer.
I've not really read Harry Potter. I've not watched the films. It reinforces the fact that boarding schools are weird, isn't it?
I think probably the reason you wouldn't enjoy it is because the kid with hair like yours is the baddie.
He's always the baddie. What I like about the films is, because Daniel Radcliffe, as Harry Potter, he was so method, he's actually stayed a child.
Have you seen You?
What?
Shall we have a look at... obviously, J.K. Rowling has legions of fans. This may be her biggest fan.
Hello, I'm Harry Potter himself. You're looking for America's biggest Harry Potter fan. But you're in luck. You found the world's biggest Harry Potter fan. In 2006... Watch it, steady on. In 2006, I went and saw J.K. Rowling in New York City. Where she signed this. And this, which is now one of 4 tattoos on my body. with plans for more.
What fun fact, that is the man that kills J.K. Rowling.
If he ever has sex, he's going to shout out Expelliarmus, isn't he?
I don't think he needs to worry about that.
Okay, well, let's have a look and see if J.K. Rowling is up there. Yes, it's J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling was once unemployed and living on state benefits, but now she's richer than the Queen, who ironically is unemployed and living on state benefits.